Connected the CIA's drug involvement to gang-affiliated drug dealers and the crack epidemic in black neighborhoods.
And what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the pod. I know it's been a fucking minute. Um, Honestly, that just comes down to like personal growth and shit. And like, I don't know. I've been trying to learn a lot. You know what I mean? Trying to learn a lot, be a better person. Um, reading more books and shit. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, welcome back. Welcome back to the pod. It's been a while. It's been a while. Like I was just saying. Um, I missed it. I did. I don't know. I just got in like a creative funk, I guess. And that might sound crazy because like creative funk for fucking how many months has it been? Oh, I don't even want to look. It's been 5 months. So like not the worst. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm not gonna hold you. That's not terrible. And um I don't know, man. Like it does feel good to be back. Yeah, I've been getting my shit together. Life's been going better. Um yeah, I don't mean to make this about me. I'm not trying to make it about me. It just feels good to be back. You know what I mean? And some people might be curious on where I've been or what's been happening, what's been going on, or I'm sure a lot of people thought I quit. I kind of did myself a little bit, but I don't want to quit. I do like this. It is fun. And it's just hard cuz sometimes you get in that creative funk where you're like, fuck, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Or I'll say something and it feels forced, I guess. Like I don't want shit to be forced. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, man. I'm back. I'm back. So hopefully this one will come out and I will stay in my creative flow, in my flow state, and I'll be able to pump them out. But I think so. I think I've been having a blast, and that's part of it too. Is I'm fairly young. You know what I'm saying? I'm fairly young, so I just there's like I can't I don't have a whole lot of stories and I'm not trying to just, put those out like all right away, especially like I said cuz I don't have a whole lot. I mean I do, but a lot of it, I was young, dumb, and like my recollection of shit is bad, so I don't want to get anything wrong or you know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know. I feel like there's a time and place, and I'm sure I've already told some of them, and I'm sure I'll tell more. That's kind of what I want to do with this pod is, um, I don't know, like I feel like it's a good platform to tell some of my funny stories or have my homies on and tell theirs. And yeah, man, I think it'll be good. Um, but yeah, I'm back. The reason what even got me to come back kind of is today I was driving and I looked out the window, right? And I see this fucking van, and I think I'm gonna make it the pick of the pod. I think I'm gonna make it like the fucking graphic. But essentially, I seen this van driving down the highway, not the highway, just like in town, and it's decked out in like on the top it says like has a huge ass cross, right? It has a cross on top of the car, and it says like God saves or something like that. And then it's like it's got a flag on it that says Jesus will save us. It's got like a bunch of shit on like the inside like driver windshield, and it's nuts. And I've seen it before. I've seen it before, but today like it really just struck me like this is nuts. Like it just made me think like that shit's overdoing it. Like I rock I rock with everybody, right? Until you give me a reason not to, I rock with like everybody. And I do have my flaws. I'm human. I do judge books by their cover and I'm like I said, I'm getting better. I'm working on that. But yeah, man, so but it's like that shit's overdoing it. It's like with any of it. And it's kind of nerve-wracking to talk about cuz I'm not trying to offend people. Like I know that sound might sound snowflakey or whatever, but like I'm really not trying to yuck somebody's yum. You feel me? So it's like I don't know. It's with anything though. That's my whole bit. Is it's with anything. It doesn't have to just be uh like the it doesn't just have to be religious, right? It's not just because like it's religious that it's weird to me or that it's overdoing it. You could do that with anything. If you like anything too much, I think it's weird. And like I don't think that's a far fetched thing to say. Um fucking I don't like just any of it. Like people have obsessions, right? I feel like that's a human trait. I feel like everybody's got their shtick, everybody's got their thing. And we might go through phases. You know, you might be into fucking for example, as a kid, you might be into cars. Cars the movie, not the actual automobile, but the movie. And with that, you might fucking fuck, I lost it. So you might like cars, right? And like that might be your whole shtick. You have a car's bedroom, you have a cars themed birthdays, like cars is your whole shtick. And then you get to middle school and you see Star Wars, right? Like I've known people personally like that's what happened is we transitioned from like elementary where they're into fucking Shrek. There was like this kid in my school who loved Shrek, right? Loved. I don't know if I should say the school. I don't think it matters. I don't know. I'll go back and censor it if I have to, but I really don't think it matters. Like you can just Google that. It's not like a. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Either way. Um, we had this weird ass kid. See, there I go, judging a book by its cover. But we had this kid, right, and he was into Shrek, and I only call him weird because he was annoying to me. Like, he wouldn't shut the fuck up. I mean, he was just constantly, always like doing something, like or like just in my ear about something, man. Like, fucking, just telling me random Shrek facts. Like, I'm a Shrek guy. I fuck with Shrek, but like, I'm not trying to hear that, dude. I'm not. I'm really not trying to sit there and hear the whole entire Shrek lore, especially from your perspective. I don't even think you really get it, man. I don't even think you really watch Shrek like that. You watch the movie, but you ain't watched the movie. You feel me? So, um, but then we got to middle school, and like I don't know if it was him specifically. I can't remember. My memory's foggy. And my memory's dog shit. My memory's junk. Like I promise you, it is. But I just remember like people started getting into Star Wars, and like of course I was into Star Wars from jump, like probably like 3 4 years old, and like all my homies that I knew, we rocked with it. But it was in middle school I started noticing like some people became fanatics. I even had a teacher, and this isn't Star Wars, but it is an odd obsession. I had this teacher, and she was obsessed with Smurfs, dude. And it's like that's a wild thing to fucking geek about to me. But like I said, everybody's got their shtick. Everybody's got their thing. And boy, I got off track. I don't even remember what the original point of this was. Oh, it's just I don't like things overdoing it. Like that teacher, bro. She had Smurfs on the wall. She had Smurfs figurines. She had Smurfs. Like, bro, I don't care. I'm not trying to. I'm here to learn. I'm here because I have to be. I'm not here because I want to be. I'm here because I have to be. And you're over here fucking around with the Smurfs. Like, come on, man. Come on. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. And that was basically my little shtick on that. That's kind of what got me back into this because I wanted to comment on that. That people be overdoing things, and I want to say more. I do, but it's risky waters. It's shaky waters. Like you know what I'm saying? The whole little I don't like I'm gonna be real. I don't like when people overdo the MAGA thing. Flags, hats, like if you like Trump, whatever. It's like liking any politician in my opinion, like you're fucking stupid. But that's just my view. But to fucking rock flags and like all that, like it's weird, bro. And yeah, I have tapestries and whatnot up down in the basement, but it's not like all one theme. You know what I'm saying? It's not all like I have fucking I don't know. I don't have a MAGA flag just sitting in like you know what I mean? Like I don't got MAGA everywhere. I don't got don't tread on me and all this shit. Like chill, bro. I'm not trying to do all that. So it's just it's overwhelming and it upsets me because it's annoying. I I don't think people really like that shit. I mean, I guess there's a crowd for it, right? But I think a good majority of people do not fucking rock with do not rock with the overdoing shit. Don't rock with the too much Trump. Don't rock with the too much Biden. People don't like that shit. People don't like them fucking little Biden stickers. And people with Biden aren't even as bad as some other people with other shit. But even that, it's like, come on, man. And there's other communities that overdo shit, but I'm not trying to sound like an asshole or like make it seem like I have prejudices or anything like that. I'm just observant. I'm very observant. I try to understand things from all perspectives, and I think that I probably get misunderstood or misconstrued when I say things just because I like to play devil's advocate. And I notice that especially like when I'm arguing with my homies, right? So we be doing this shit. We be sitting there talking for hours. That's why, full circle, man. That's why I started the pod, kind of. But yeah, me and the homies be sitting there talking for hours, and like me and my one homie, me and dude, we be arguing like on the dumbest shit, yo. Like we just be arguing to argue sometimes. I don't remember where I was going with that either. Fuck. See, my shit's cooked. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta slow down. But I'm, you know what I mean? I'm young. I don't want to slow down. But yeah, man. Fuck. I want to remember what I was talking about. I know I was talking about overdoing shit, and fuck. I remember I got to me, and it's fucked up because I can listen to this later, and then I'll listen to it back and be like, fuck, I should have, you know what I mean? But I can't listen to it live, so sorry to everybody, but I think that bit's gone. I think for now that bit's gone. But don't worry, don't worry. There'll be better bits. Um, fuck. I really want to remember that. That's really bothering me because it's like I had it. I had it. Um, bro, I was talking about how I misconstrue things or it might come off as misconstrued, and like after that, I don't know. I don't know. I remember misconstrued. Oh, okay. I got it. So I be playing devil's advocate, and like I notice that when I'm arguing with him and shit, we'll sit there and argue for hours about shit, and I'll play devil's advocate a lot, or like I just naturally sway to the other side, even if it's some shit I agreed on previously. It's just kind of like there's something in me that's like, well, what about from this perspective, or I don't know, just like trying to always be the opposition, or always question shit, or always be in the middle on it. It's kind, I don't know. I rock with it. I rock with it. That's just kind of how I am. So I don't want things to come off like that. And yeah, man. If y'all like, I don't know. At some point I might, but depending on kind of where this ends up, like as far as audience goes, um, kind of based on that. And it's not like I'm afraid to say what I want to say a little bit, but it's more so like I'm not trying to come across like that. And like I said, like I rock with all people. I rock with people who support Trump. I rock with people who hate Trump. And why I use that as an example because that's a hot button issue in our country, and like it's a big divider. A lot of people like they'll stop being friends with people. They'll excommunicate. They'll make fun of old friends, whatnot, for either being for or against Trump. Like it's it's very toxic. It's very it's a big issue here. It's like yeah, especially where I'm from. It's a very big issue, and it you either have to be for or against, and that's like a big problem with our country in general. You got to deal in absolutes. There is no middle ground anymore, especially if you're putting your opinion out there on the internet, anywhere really, but on the internet especially. You have to deal in absolutes. So I don't do that. I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to be forced to. I'm not going to be forced to take one side or the other, or be put in one position or the other. And I think there's policies for every president that have been good, and like I don't know, humans are humans, right? So it's like humans are humans, and I think that fuck, what was I gonna say? Like humans are humans, and there's good and bad qualities to everybody. Nobody's wholly good, nobody's wholly bad. And again, those I don't know what I said again, but those definitions themselves are defined by the user. What is good, what is bad, based on a scale of morality, based on you know what I mean. There's all kinds of like cultural effect and your home life and all types of stuff that shapes you. But in my opinion, there's policies that have affected the world negatively and policies and whatnot that have affected the world positively. And I need to read more up on the different presidents, but nobody's wholly good. Nobody is wholly evil. especially when it comes to politics. Things are real murky. Things are, you know what I mean? Like almost all politicians are odd or lie in some way, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're a detriment or that they're completely corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very complex system, and I was thinking about that the other day. That like every system in the 21st century is a complex, or not every problem in the 21st century is a complex and complicated problem. And that might sound dumb. That might come across as like, well, duh. But what I mean is like a lot of these problems that we have nowadays, like a lot of problems throughout history have already been solved, right? Transportation, we came up with cars, planes, um, warfare, constantly evolving. Um, like, you know what I mean? So a lot of problems have had solutions. Some very early on, you know what I mean? Some very early on in history, we figured out very fire, how to cook things. You know what I mean? Some things require very simple solutions. Others are very complex. And so I think with the modern era, with technology and where we're at, every problem today is very complex. Super, not just like it is like question age old questions that haven't been answered are part like are, you know what I mean? That's a problem today. What happens after death? Is there a God? Things like that, which have been questions forever, and we can't solve them today. Meaning that with all of our technologies, all the things we've learned how to cure illnesses in general. We've learned how to, you know what I mean, modern medicine. We've learned how to establish systems and whatnot. And so I believe today that every problem that exists is a very complex problem. I was one early on into my like, I don't know what you call it, philosophic journey. See, that sounds like assholeish and prudent and like I think better of myself. But I just think that like everybody's got a like philosophy, right? You don't have to name it, you don't have to know what it is, but everybody has a philosophy. Everybody has a code of ethics and morals, and everybody thinks a certain way, has a certain deity or god to pray to in a sense. Even atheism, right, is science and things like that. So I just I think today's problems are very complex. And like very early on in my philosophical journey, I it was like, well, a lot of, you know, I was trying to solve these problems myself and I thought I'd come up with solutions. However, every solution you come with, because our systems are so intertwined, they every solution we come up with, because they're so intertwined, uh our systems are so intertwined, it is almost impossible. Like if you solve in one area, you have to solve in every other area, i.e. like if you solve something for the health care system, you would have to solve for this affects the school system, this affects this. And you might not think, well, how does the healthcare system affect the school system? That one specifically, I can't really think of anything. And that's my part where I need to do more research, and I am. But like all of our systems are intertwined. Like they all lean on each other, right? It's like there's a word for it, or some kind of puzzle or something, where like it's perfectly put together and it doesn't make sense and it shouldn't be together. Like when people stack rocks in a certain way that they form a bridge, and it shouldn't work, but it does work. It does form the bridge. And these are very delicate systems. So I mean they're all intertwined. Like especially monetarily, you know what I mean? The money of this depends on the money on that, and da da da, and so on and so forth. Production, you know, that's just one big thing of intertwining right there. The production, something's made in this factory. Every piece of almost everything that's out there that's not, you know, alive is built somewhere. So we'll make the screws, we'll make the plates for like cars, we'll make the screws, we'll make da 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 woody woody woody. Then they'll all go to this plant or whatnot, and then they'll manufacture the actual car itself, which has to get put on a trailer or train, which that system has to be running in order for that to get delivered. You see what I'm saying here? They're very intertwined, very complex, and so I just think that any problem that exists today is a very complicated one. And I'm not saying that they can't be solved. it's happened time and time and time and time again throughout history where there's a problem that seems that it cannot be solved, that is a very complex problem that has existed for hundreds or thousands of years, and they have solved it in that era. That can happen now. That has happened now. There are things we have solved that seemed great mountainous heights, even disease. Like I said, us me learning how to cure, eradicate, and prevent diseases, modern medicine. I mean, huge. And so something like that can happen where we do learn how to overcome a very complex problem. But it's like the head of the hydra almost. You cut one head off and another one pops up, and it is an uphill battle, but it's almost unwinnable. I say almost because I think in order to fix any system, it being so complex, like anything requires many people to fix it. You know what I mean? Like Oppenheimer working on his bomb and shit. It didn't like Oppenheimer gets credit, but Oppenheimer wasn't the sole person behind the bomb. There are teams of researchers, there are teams of people putting it to practical effect, of teams of builders, and I think that would work for society as well. We need teams of men who know what they're doing in their position, and yeah, I'll speak more on that in later episodes. Um, I don't know too much like politically. I know some, but I don't know enough to feel comfortable about spouting off about politics and whatnot. So I'm gonna wait on that. But yeah, I don't know. On some lighter heart shit, um, me and the homie watched the X Men recently, X Men '97, and spoilers to anybody who hasn't and wants to, fucking nuts, nuts, man. One of the greatest pieces of anything I've ever watched, and I'm not shitting you. I'm not joking. This is not an over exaggeration. To me, like the story, the plot, the visuals. I mean, it is absolutely insane. And I don't know if it's closely related to any other X-Men piece of media. I'm sure there's some kind of comic that they're loosely basing it off of or whatnot, and maybe they're not. I don't know, but it is such a good story, good visuals. Me and my one homie, he's like I call him my media buddy because we just sit there and we'll watch movies, shows, whatever. He's dope. He's one of my good friends. Um, but we watched it, man, and he loved that shit. He loved that. He's a big comic fan. Like he fucks with his main guy Spider Man. You know what I mean, the goat. He rocks with Spider Man. He rocks with shit. I'm trying to think of who else he rocks with, but I can't really. Well, I can. I'm just blanking. Jeez. He fucks with like any of the like Marvel comics, even DC comics. He rocks with the DC movies. I want to get him on sometime, and that'll be more of a media based episode. Probably more funny, more comedic. He's lots of bits. He's a good guy. He's dope. And so yeah, we watched X-Men 97 though. Man, that was a ball. That was a ball. Mm. Also, one thing I wanted to mention is I think I'm gonna make these shorter for now, just because an hour alone is kind of hard to get out. Anybody who's done this kind of thing knows that like it's not the easiest to talk to yourself for an hour or like figure out consistent dialogue. Sometimes you're quiet. I say a lot. Things like that. So I think for now they're going to be around 20 to 30 minutes just to see if that's easier for me. If that's easier for me, I'll start out like you know what I mean. I could consistently probably do 20 to 30-minute episodes, and once I get more viewership and once I get more kind of oomph and confidence in myself, I'll be able to do the hour ones again. The hour ones are just hard sometimes, especially when I'm not flowing or like I don't know what to talk about or I don't get deep into a topic. Um, you know what I mean? It gets kind of hard, but I do want to do this. It is really fun. It's a passion of mine, and I hope you guys like it. Hope y'all are enjoying it. Hope this new one, um, gets traction. I hope the people that have subbed and the people that have listened to the other ones listen to this one as well, because I do appreciate every view, every like, every comment, everything, man. It really makes me feel like I'm doing something or like people listen or You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to get too gushy or mushy or you know what I mean, but I really do appreciate it. That I mean that shit because you know like that's kind of the reason I made this is so people could hear it and maybe relate or you know what I mean. It expands their thought process or they research something they never did before. They think about something they never did before, or you know what I mean. They find it funny or just any kind of positive, like anything positive to do with it. That's all I want. I want people to laugh, enjoy it, smile, listen to it in the car, listen to it, you know, cooking dishes, cleaning dishes, cooking dinner. Um, yeah, man. Shout out to all the content creators that I watch. To kind of get the flow back. Um, but yeah, man. It's been good. I think I'm gonna end this one here for now. Let me know what y'all thought. Um, I know this one was kind of more serious, kind of heavy-handed, kind of well, not heavy-handed, but kind of more so serious political, along the lines of like more think tank stuff rather than bits and comedy and media and whatnot. And I'll have episodes like that. I'll have more on different stuff. You know, the different sides of me. We're multi-sided dies. You know, humans aren't just one, two, three, four-sided. You know, dies, which are multi-sided too, but they're not. We're not that. Um, multi-sided in the sense that, like, you know, sometimes I'm in the mood for Spider-Man. I want to watch a Spider-Man movie. I want to watch X-Men. Sometimes I want to watch Goodfellas. I just use movies as an example because those the vibes of movies are a lot easier to distinguish or tell what kind of mood you're in. It's kind of a you know what I mean mood setter type thing. Sometimes I just want to chill and watch a Friday. You know, any of them. I like all of them, all three of them. Um, Sometimes you might want to watch Rick and Morty. Sometimes you might want to watch a documentary. Maybe some of y'all are into true crime and that's your thing. But yeah, so you know what I mean? They won't all be like this. At least I'm not going to try and make them all like this. I'm going to try and make it variety pack. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one. I promise y'all I'm finna get one out. I know I've said that before, and y'all probably you rolling your eyes like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, but I do, especially with these 20 to 30 minute ones. I think I can pump those out, especially with the homie. I really think, and like I've been said that for almost a year now that I'm gonna have a homie on, but I will. It's just kind of hard to mesh. I guess it's kind of hard to get the vibe, or when you have a mic in front of your face, things become less organic just naturally, just because you it's just harder. You know what I mean? You know you're on camera. You know you're being listened to. So it's hard not to. It's hard to just ignore that and be natural and kind of have those natural combos. But I think we can do it. I think I can get it done. I think I convince one of them to you know do it, and I think it'll be all right. But anyways, yeah, man, enjoy this one. I don't know how to exit these. I don't want to sound like a cornball ass YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just I would appreciate a like. Um, I would appreciate a comment because that boosts the algorithm, and I want people to see this. So, yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Stay tuned for the next one, and I might be doing other stuff. You know what I mean? Just depending. I might try a vloggy vlog, or I wouldn't necessarily call it that. Y'all stay tuned for that. I have an idea, and it might be gas. It might be goaded. And if I can pull it off in the right way and in a way I like it, I really think it'll be good stuff. So stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. It was good catching up with y'all, and I'll be back. So it's been your host 2400 Y2K, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
That bitch do whatever you say. When it come to money, you got my